Hi everybody, it's Diane here. I am showing my printer tray that's in my dining room. It's not in the craft space because Christina Shack had a video where she was filling a printer tray with cool little trinkets, and I left a comment and mentioned I have one, and she said she'd like to see it. So this is for Christina, but anybody can watch. Um, I have this vertically on a wall, so the way my husband's filming it, you could thank him. Um, we can't get the whole thing in a shot as I'm talking to you, so I'm going to stop for a sec and insert a still picture so you can see what the whole thing looks like. Okay, just a sec. Okay, so here's the top. Yeah, I had a once in a lifetime find from a thrift store. I paid 15 bucks for this. Don't hate me. They cost a lot more than that. It's wood, it's vintage, it's cool. I have mine vertically because of the wall space here. Christina had hers horizontally. That does matter. You know, hers, she could put tall things in, but mine on the bottom that you can't see right now, I have, you know, horizontal things. So, anyway, we have actual print blocks. It's wood, that's wood with some kind of rubber thing on it. That's wood with metal on it. Both my husband and I, our first name initial is D. So I used to pick those up at flea markets and stuff before they were $1 million a piece. The Rummy Box is an old child's card game. This is a 1970s wax seal, and that's the thing you make the impression with. Those are two more designs. I was actually going to get rid of that because I never use it anymore, and I decided to put it there though. It's a little pottery pitcher for a dollhouse. That's from the 70s. It's a little tiny cheap coyote from probably the late 90s. A little metal dog. It was a gift from a friend in the 90s, I'd say too. This is a old dog. It was my grandmother's. Can't see it. I think it's lead. It's metal at any rate. That must be pretty darn old. These two were my mother's. She had a dog statue collection in the 50s, and I have most of it. So there's some of her pieces in here. This was hers too. That's a wooden Scotty. That was my grandma's. That's a metal Scotty. That's a Monopoly, token. This is a thrift store find. It's plastic from the 70s, I'm guessing. I don't know. And don't you think it looks like it had paint rubbed off or something? I don't know. But I thought it was cute. This chicken is a thrift store find too. It's some pottery piece. These are two collage dominoes I did. Postage stamp. It's a wooden squirrel, was my mother's. That's probably from the 50s or so too. Is that glaring, David? That's a cigarette card of Labradors. This lab is like a plaster type material. That's newish in the probably 2010 era. These four kitty cucumbers, if anybody knows that line from the 80s. They're like a ceramic. These are supposed to be like a thimble collection. Those were my mother's. That mouse is from the 70s. That's cute. Those are newish. A teenager gave those to me. This is a little dime store thing my mom bought. Late 70s, early 80s. It's a cornhusk doll. This is a postage stamp of my lab and relative's lab. And it was such a nice photo. We had it. You can have photos made into postage stamps, so we did that. This is one of those were big. Yeah, would that be like early 2000s? You're supposed to make it into a pendant. A little image there. I put it there, obviously. This is a child's block that I made into a rubber stamp. That's that dog. That's his profile. This blue dog was my mother's. That's blown glass. This weird thing is a estate sale find. It's probably from the 70s, late 60s. It's a party favorite, probably for a shower. but it's a little plastic baby and Dr. Spook's Child Care, a little fake book in there. And it's so dumb and so cheesy, I just left it in there. No, it doesn't have a date on it. Postage stamp here. This kind of odd dog was from a thrift store. 2 more stamps. It's a plastic beagle. I got it at a garage sale. The snail and these 2 frogs are from the 70s. They're ceramic. And maybe this is a toad. But anyway, I've had those a long time. More print blocks. There's a couple wooden ones. There's some metal ones here. They're probably lead. This is a craft fair item my mom bought me back in the 80s. Little box here is old, like, I don't know, 50s. Anybody know what it is? Besides a box? It's a pill box, keeping your purse. It's a collage domino I did. Thrift store dog. This little circus dog is my mom's. I've been looking at that forever. This plastic pig is mine. I'm shading it. It was like a dime store thing when you could buy sets of like farm animals and stuff. It's one of those. I think that's from an antique store. It's kind of cute dog. My official Tom Mix pocket knife I bought in Las Vegas in the early 90s. It's a Swiss Army knife from a relative of mine. This is a bell for a parakeet. My husband and I had a parakeet when we were first married. This was his bell, it was in his cage. This frog is one of those mushroom craft things, or toad. An orphan earring that was my mother's, is a bird. I don't know why there's only one. It's like plastic. I don't know if that's Bakelite. It's a screw one. Little mini books here. Anybody know where those would come from? They're Cracker Jack books. Actually, they're kind of cool. The bird one, it's actually got a knife. Nice pictures in there. This little train set is metal. I bought it at a gift store long time ago in the probably late 70s. These Amish people are wooden. They're from Amish Acres in Indiana. A friend of mine went there and brought them back for me. This was my grandmother's. I don't know what it is. Bear? I think it's a bear, but a dog, a wolf? I don't know. It's some kind of ceramic piece, kind of cute. This actually belongs to my husband. He went to the grocery store last summer and the weenie wagon was there. He got a free whistle. These 2 dachshunds were my grandmother's. I think they're metal. I don't know if they're lead. And they're kind of chipped up, but they're cute. All these little crates, they're actual wood. They're newish, 10, 15 years old. They're for your dollhouse. And I do have one in my dollhouse, but I thought they were so nifty. I put the rest of them in here. Some nails. Anybody know what kind of nail that is? Specific kind. These are horseshoe nails. There's 2 there and 2 here. These are cool. These are old. I have no idea how old. They're little canisters and there is stuff in there. They're pencil leads. They were my grandfather's. It's kind of neat. The spool here on the left end is an actual wooden thread spool, except I painted it with a D on it. Okay, sorry for that break. Couple dice from Las Vegas. Same time I got that knife. Cars down here. This one was mine from when I was a kid and the door's open. It's a Matchbox. My husband's Batmobile from, I don't know, the 70s. He's nodding. Okay. My Batmobile, more like from the early 2000s. Herbie the Love Bug is that same era, early 2000s. The wooden truck here from the thrift store. These 2 are thrift stores. This one was mine as a kid. This tow truck was mine. It is mine from when I was a kid. This one's from the thrift store. All these books are covers I found on the internet. And then I made little books out of them with little random, doesn't make sense, old book pages in it. But they fit on this shelf perfectly, so that's why they're there. These owls are like a dime store craft item. I don't know how old they are. These are beads, plastic beads, these cats. And don't touch them because they're impossible to stand up straight. Okay, and back over here, it's an old rabbit cookie cutter. It's a child's toy from when I was a child. And then this stack here are Inchy Christmas books, and some of those I just made last December. And I had them here for Christmas, part of my Christmas display. But they fit there and they look kind of cute, so I left them. I didn't put them away, the Christmas stuff. Did I hit everything? I think so. So, okay, that's my printer tray. Thanks, Christina, for the request, and thanks everyone for watching. Have a nice day.